You're listening to the Valley Labor Report with David Story and Jacob Morrison.
We have got Mark on our boss bashing hotline. If you want to get in where Mark is and get on the boss bashing hotline on this International Workers' Day, the phone number is 1-866-494-9866. We will not use your real name if you don't want us to. Mark, what you got for us?
Well, I guess we lost Mark.
No, I just heard him. No, Mark.
You sure you're talking to...
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. I'm not Mark. I'm Michael. But hey, no problem.
Okay.
I was just calling about a prospective boss who I refused. I work in tech in a sector doing information security, and I had a really cool firm give me an offer, and it was a really prolific and well-published researcher who started to take interest in my other work and was like, you should work in my team. And it was a super cool, like, oh, man, this is sweet. I'm getting recognized. It's a really cool job prospect. And I looked at the contract, and it had binding arbitration in it. And a lot of people kind of walk right past that and sign on the dotted line. But I know the worst case can be a lot worse than people think. At a company called Riot Games, there was a sexual harassment incident where somebody went to court, and they threw it out of court because they had that binding arbitration.
Yep.
So people don't realize that real injustice can happen to you. And then when it does, you've allowed somebody to insert themselves between you and your birthright, which is the justice system. So I said, hey, maybe you could talk to your lawyers and take that out. And they said, the lawyers say it's standard verbiage and we're just not going to take it out. I said, well, I got to walk then. And he's like, well, hey, wait a minute. Are you thinking about suing the company? And I was like, nobody thinks about suing their company, but let me turn it around. I didn't put this verbiage in here. You did. So I'm walking. I got to go.
Yeah, we actually Jacob and I had a good friend. She lived in Boston and was a software programmer for like some gigantic like Twitter, different software companies, and she reached out to us probably a year and a half ago because they were trying to do the same thing. She had actually taken the job but had not signed the arbitration agreement yet, and had reached out to us about organizing her software engineers in the workplace. So I mean, there's
they didn't end up organizing a union, but they did organize and get that clause taken out of their contract.
Exactly. So there's ways of working around that.
Michael, can you explain really, if you're still on the line, can you explain really quickly, we kind of blow past this. All three of us know what binding arbitration is, but would you care to explain for the audience what exactly binding arbitration is and why it's bad?
Oh, yeah, it's a real gem, and it's getting more common with all kinds of contracts. So you can't even buy a car without agreeing to this, and it just means you can't sue me. Your birthright, the U.S. justice system, isn't something you can use. You were born here, but you don't, for purposes of justice, you don't really live here. You live in a virtual land where we have an arbitrator that we pay, and they give judgments that are less good for consumers, and that's just how it is. So sign this contract. Cool. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, and like you said, most everyone has moved to this. Whether you buy, I mean, no matter whether you're working or whether you're purchasing something, the legal system, they are basically black flagging the legal system and not allowing you access to, like you said, your birthright.
It's like an outsourcing or a privatization of justice.
Yeah, well, yeah, except for the company actually gets to pick who they want to see, to rule over the justice system.
And I'm so appreciative
of you
making this call and bringing this issue up, because it is becoming more common. And something you said that really resonates is that nobody walks into a job expecting to sue. Nobody accepts a job expecting to get sexually harassed or cheated on their wages or any of the other reasons why you might need to take legal action.
But apparently the bosses are thinking about that. They're worried that their working conditions are going to be so unfavorable and that they're worried that they're going to break the law. And so they're preemptively saying that you can't, that was really a really good turnabout, Michael. You're the one that put this language in here. What are you thinking about? I'm not thinking about suing the company. Are you thinking about me suing the company?
Yeah, it was on your mind, not mine, clearly.
Right.
That's right.
That's exactly right. Michael,
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, thanks
Absolutely.
for the call, Michael. That was a great call. I appreciate it. If you want to see what we're up to throughout the week and get our snide quips about the news of the day, then you should follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/The Valley Labor Report. We're on Twitter at Labor Reporters. I'm on Twitter at JacobM_AL. David is on Twitter at Radical Unionist. That's spelled RADICL Unionist. If you missed part of the show and want to go back and watch it later, you can search YouTube for The Valley Labor Report and subscribe to our channel. You can go back and watch the full show there, and we also clip segments and release them throughout the week. We upload the program on more than 11 different podcasting apps, so to see if we are on your listening platform of choice, you can go to thevalleylaborreport.transistor.fm/subscribe. We've got a website where you can find our fantastic union-made hats. Adam is modeling one on the stream for us right now. They're $35. They include shipping. And you can also get stickers, stuff like that, on thevalleylaborreport.org. And finally, if you appreciate our work and want to keep us on the air, consider throwing us a couple dollars a month on patreon.com/The Valley Labor Report.